Okay. Okay, you gonna tell me there's nothing going wrong with this cult when you were apparently locking somebody behind some chains? Brother Peyton? Brother Peyton wanted to escape and they locked him in there or something, or what? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sagebrush. I'm your host, the Birdman Mr Falcon. This one right here is going to be a little bit more different than what we normally cover. This is kind of intriguing to me. I'm not sure what to expect from this, but it's intriguing to me for two reasons. Number one, it's done in a very low poly, first-person perspective, so it just makes it look very, like, you know, artsy in a way, and I'm a sucker for artsy. But number two, as you probably already might have guessed by that upside-down cross, this actually has to do, it's not really following the events, but it's basically inspired by cults. I'm a really big fan of, like, not cults really, but just reading about them, seeing films about them, documentaries, basically, like the entire power of suggestion when, you know, there's some sort of person with such, I guess, like, you know, conviction in their words that they're able to manipulate people into doing terrible things. Here in Sagebrush, we are going to be investigating the remains of a cult in New Mexico who apparently committed suicide around the turn of the century.
I met Anne first, waiting for the bus. Normally, I avoid talking to just about anybody, but she struck up the conversation. She was so pleasant, so confident. She smiled at me as if she had known me as a kid, and we were just catching up after all these years. She told me she could tell I had a hole in my life. She knew what that was like, she said. She had also had a hole, but it was gone now. I asked her what she was selling, and she laughed and said nothing at all, that what she had to offer was free for anyone who wanted it bad enough. I asked her what had helped her. She just said, James.
Alright, so, we're good? 1993, I guess, the 1993 is, I guess, the time the mass suicide took place here. Alrighty, so, yeah, to kind of clear what I mentioned, like, I've just always been, like, intrigued by the entire cult mentality, like, how eerie it is, like, it's super creepy, because it has nothing to do with monsters or supernatural effects, it's just literally people going by the words of somebody else that's able to, like, manipulate them in such a way that, well, mass suicide, for instance. I mean, there was like Heaven's Gate a couple of years back. Jonestown is probably like the biggest one. To interact with the highlighted objects, press E, right. So, well, we'll be talking a lot about that as we go along over here. So we have, we got something in our car here, good. Pick up wire cutters, I guess we'll be taking those. Open your inventory, press tab. A pair of wire cutters you borrowed from the house. Anything else for the car? Not gonna lie, you're surprised it actually made it all the way here. You brought some gear in the trunk. And by gear, just wire cutters. Alright, so let's see if we can get in through here. Jonestown is probably the biggest one, I would say, about like entire cults thing. Like, that was like an actual community there. Like a full, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if like Jonestown has a bigger inspiration in this game than anything else, really. Examine the gate here. The gate won't budge and you didn't bring anything to bust through. Well, I got some wires, but I really don't think I'll be getting through there. So I guess we'll just take a look around over here. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the movie, is it The Sacrament? Yeah, I think it's The Sacrament. It's like an Eli Roth movie, but it's basically like heavily inspired by Jonestown. The wire cutters clip through the rusting fence easily and create a small hole. Now, we are investigating the remnants of a conspiracy camp here, or a cult camp, I should say. So I don't think there's like any sort of like spooks in this game. At least I don't think so. What I read, I don't expect to like suddenly have like a guy in a robe pop out around the corner and be like, "Boo, Falcon!" So I think it's mostly just one of those like walking around, and for the most part, you probably get creeped out by the noise for one, the sound, and just the setting. And to be honest, which as I mentioned, like if I was personally in a place like this where I knew what had gone down with some sort of cult, this would. Yo, dog. Chill. This would honestly be really creepy for me in real life. Like, if I had known that what had happened here, it's too dark to read anything. Oh. It's too dark to read anything. Well, it's not dark enough for this map, apparently. It can be a little confusing getting around our little home. Don't worry, Sister Ann has printed some maps to help you get acclimated. Sister Ann. Yeah, I bet she's Sister Ann. Press M for the map. So, I imagine we're down below, we're in the community hall at the moment. And then next door, we have names, we have a school, we have a fire pit, we have a rectory, a chapel, mines, and a cleansing rooms and farms. Wow. Cleansing rooms, huh? That's something. Alright, well, it's too dark, so let's see if we can find a light. Here we go. Nothing happens, maybe there's a power source nearby. Oh, great. This is like it when you walk in, there's no light in places, huh? Read performance schedule. Josiah plays original hymns on Monday. Tuesday we have gospel readings, and we have Juliet violin recital. Gospel reading, children's reenactment of the Book of Sariel, okay? And the power has been pretty finicky lately. You might have to restart the generator to get the lights on. The key is in the box and the generator's around the side. Oh, good. Well, thank you. That's actually very useful. Yeah, generator key. Did it fall? I guess I picked it up. For some reason, the pickup animations look like you dropped something on the floor. So around the side, they said, right? What side would that be? Notice the broken window here, too. Why? Why is there a broken window here? Oh, here we go. Jenny. You turn the key on, and it comes to life. I actually hear something now, which it's not supposed to be a spooky game. That's just a door closing. Oh, it's a record player. Right. Stop that, please. It's really unnerving. Have you sinned? Are you plagued by doubt? Do you fear death? I fear whatever that creaking sound behind me was. Do you have the nagging feeling that your church doesn't have the answers? There is a reason. Father James can help. Alright, well, let's go through here then. We have a ping pong table. There's not really enough room for people to get behind those, wouldn't you say? A ping pong table, it's the only game you see around. Doesn't seem like there's enough room to play. Yeah, I know. Like, you're not really going to get too much movement back here, buddy. Especially the person over here. Examine the bookshelf. You take a book off the shelf, we know the conspiracy can trace itself back as far as the 4th century when Antonius and his cronies first began to exclude essential works from the Bible. Is this, our boy James? The painting shows an intensely focused middle-aged man. He holds a book in his left hand. The painting seems less than professional, but the man's determination shows through. It's probably James. An angel walks through an empty field, his hands pressed together in prayer. This painting depicts an angel tenderly cradling the corpse of Jesus Christ in his tomb. Alright, so we can now go into the dining area here. What does that say? A perfect heaven awaits those of faith. Oh, hey, check this out. We have a taped... Oh, cool. Okay, why is everything creepy?
Well, I had just graduated from college. You know, I was a communications major. That part was true. So I graduated and I couldn't find a job. I had no idea what I wanted to do and got pretty depressed. My boyfriend at the time said I was holding him back and took off, so that was that. I could have moved home, but I didn't. I stayed out in California, but it's not like I had any friends there. My parents would call and I would just lie about how things were going. I didn't know what I wanted because I guess I didn't really want anything. I would wake up and just count the seconds ticking off of my life until I fell back asleep. We were all broken in some way, I think. Some more than others.
Okay, that's a kind of a fairly creepy effect. I kind of like it, though. So, I mean, like, I don't think it takes really much of a genius to figure out that part of the reason why I think, like, a lot of people are open to suggestion, like, maybe, like, falling into a cult-like mentality is the fact that a lot of us are, you know, like, I'm not saying me in particular, but we're all, as humans, like, think viable, or at least very liable for, you know, depression. You know, things don't really go our way. We're not really sure what to do with ourselves, and, you know, we're just looking for something to fill the void. And sometimes just, like, somebody's words could easily kind of manipulate that, and you follow yourself into a cult like this here. When we all get to heaven, sing the wondrous love of Jesus, sing his mercy and his grace. In the mansions bright and blessed, he'll prepare for us a place. So this is like just a song? Just a song. Okay, oh, don't freak out there, buddy. What about this guitar? A nice instrument once, now the strings are rusted and lacquer faded. Uh-huh. Alright. Read note to Leonard. Leonard, the pantry is not your personal snack drawer. Food is for the flock to share. If you keep stealing cookies from the storeroom, you will have to answer for your crimes in the cleansing room. See, now I want to go to this cleansing room and see what this crime punishment's about. Please pray and reflect on your actions and how they harm the flock. I'm praying for you too. Andrew. Leonard, huh? Okay. Oh, this is the stockroom for food. Okay, we have another note. Leonard has unheeded warnings about taking more than his share of food. He keeps swiping snacks from the storage room. Until we can straighten him out, I've decided to move his favorite food into the farm shed and hide the key on the side of the bookshelf next to the ping pong table. Oh, alright, we have an item that we'll probably need for some sort of puzzling around here. Good. Examine boxes, utensils, decorations, grains, etc. Paper plates, light bulbs. Is that Wheaties up there? Tell me that's Michael Jordan. Slam dunking on the Wheaties box. I haven't had Wheaties in ages. Like, I'll be honest with you, like, I think Wheaties is fine. You know, it's wheat, right? So it's still a freaking noise. Wheaties is fine, but I'll be honest with you, as a kid, the only reason I like Wheaties or I ever wanted Wheaties because of the power of suggestion. Oh, hey, how convenient considering the game we're playing, huh? But the power of advertising, which is another really strong thing about suggestion too. And what happened with advertising with Wheaties? Who did you have? You'd have Michael Jordan, you'd have all these all-star athletes eating Wheaties. You're going to yourself as a kid, man, I want to be good like Michael Jordan. I'm going to have myself some Wheaties. And then you find out later in life that the best cereal of all time is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. If you don't agree with me, I will fight you. Well, I mean, at least old school Cinnamon Toast Crunch was good. Nowadays, you know, the formula's a little bit kind of different. But back in the day, back in my days, Cinnamon Toast Crunch was the bee's knees. This has got to be like a terrible, stinky place considering it's been like so many years and apparently there's like, you know, rotting food there. Alright. Examine the range. Well, let's go pick up that key that we read about and see if we can head on over to, allegedly, this here, farm shed. So, ping pong table, bookshelf. No, I'm not seeing anything. Well, there's two keys here. Farm shed key and gate. Oh, is that like where you hang your keys at? So do we have to get through the gate first, maybe? Yeah. Okay, so gate. The rustling logs fights back, but eventually relents and the gate unlocks. Because that key was very crucial to us proceeding. We couldn't just The music so far has been really good, though, I gotta tell you that much. We couldn't just jump over this little small wooden fence, right? We needed to get through that gate, otherwise we'd be kept away from everything else. So over there is apparently where some of the people live. Some that we actually read about in the bulletin board. Viola, for a fact, I remember, and Andrew. I think maybe even Leonard, too. So that's where they chill at, huh? Or chilled at before, you know, they kill themselves. But before we go check that out, how about we have a key? So we might as well take advantage of that. What's that over there? That's the chapel. Probably. And we have a fire pit somewhere down through there. Yeah, the music is like very super ominous now. Like as I mentioned, I don't think there's like any particular like active scares in the game, but it's all going to be done through just like scenery and music. And maybe probably some of the tapes too will get even more creepier once we get further into it, where the people start having like doubts maybe and you start seeing how messed up it can be. Alright, let's come and check this out over here. This should be the farm shed, right? I've never been to a farm in my entire life, but you look very shed-like. Open door. Farm shed. You unlock the door? Yep, that's it. Open door up. Thank you. It's kind of really dark and spooky here. What the hell's that up there? Looks like these might have been jars of jam and pickled vegetables at one point. Now they're just disgusting. Ugh. Can't believe you let perfectly good pickles go bad, man. If you know me, I'm a sucker for pickles. Pick up batteries. You load the batteries into your flashlight. Let's hope they've still charged. Oh, we have a flashlight. Cool. So I guess it is going to get darker eventually, too. Let's really get the effect over here and turn this off. Yeah, there we go. Oh, jacket. A ragged old work jacket. You ruffle through the pockets, coughing at the dust. You find a key. Oh, I found a key. What key would that be? A key with a tag that reads Andrew's trailer. Ah. So, well, if we're going to go there anyway, which we will, we have a key to Andrew's trailer now. Intriguing. Andrew's journal. Can anyone truly know the joy of the absolute truth? The freedom that comes with releasing all of one's doubt like so much ballast into the sea. I know that feeling now. For so long I searched. I searched among the Catholics, idol worshippers, and perverts. I searched among the Baptists, hypocrites. I searched among the Pentecostals infested by charlatans. I tried so many churches and all of them to a one, were filled with fools and liars. Now I know why Father has helped me to see. Uh-huh.
The first time I met Father James, I was immediately filled with a sense of peace. It's hard to explain. I guess he just seemed so sure. He asked if I was a believer. I said I'd been raised Catholic, but it never clicked. There's a reason for that, he said. They've been lying to you, all of them. And I knew he was right.
Why the creakiness after the tape deck? Okay. Well, yeah, somebody who wants you to get you involved in their fate would probably tell you the years is, not really good nor true. Alright, so if we got, we could go check out that farm, I guess, but Andrew was the guy, who was the guy that they hit that from? Leonard, right? Leonard was the one that was getting into the cookies, so Andrew's the one who left that note and moved all the stuff there. So, technically, we have Andrew now, who I imagine might have a higher standing in this cult if he's got his own little farm shed and he's able to, punish people and hide keys. Oh, look at that. There's a bird effect over there, too. So this requires this is Andrew's. Okay, perfect. So you unlock the door using Andrew's trailer key. Aha, tape deck. Oh, and a key. To Viola's trailer. Why would you have her key? Andrew, I greatly enjoyed our talk earlier. I'd like to continue it. The children will be helping sow the fields tomorrow afternoon, so I will be alone. If you would like to stop by. Huh. Kids are away. I'll be alone. Turn the switch on. Brian, I love you. You're my brother. But you do not know what you're talking about. This is my family now. They love me, and I love them in a way that transcends even blood. Maybe that hurts you to hear. I'm sorry. But there's no hiding from the truth. I know you have your doubts about your church. You've told them to me. Let me tell you, I have no doubts here. None. Of course, if you stop denying what you know in your heart, we would welcome you with open arms. You need to welcome us. Oh, here we go. Andrew's journal. We men must all be fools to buy the malarkey spat at us by mainstream churches. The Catholic Church says that we're waiting Christ's return, when they full well know better, and the rest of Christendom believes them. The Mary worshippers. Perhaps we'll never know why the Lord waited until Father James to correct the record. Perhaps our Father in heaven waited for the earthly man he knew could bear this burden with grace. Blessed be our Lord, who saw fit to include wretches like me in his plan. I await the third coming with open arms and a heart full of love. Yeah, by the coming you mean the mass suicide, right? Okay, tape deck.
Life with the flock was good. We would meet for morning prayer with Father James in the chapel, then meet for breakfast, and then we'd set off to work for the day. Some of us worked the fields, others worked on expanding the compound. We had a school teacher, we had cooks. In the evening we would study scripture or listen to one of Father's lectures. Then it would be time for penance, more prayer, and then sleep. I slept better those early nights than I had in years. I was home. Do you know how good it feels to find home after so long? I would have done anything for Father. He saved me.
Yeah, that's very creepy. You know, I'm getting a very like gone home vibe from this, essentially. Just walk around, you listen to tapes, you read stuff, you kind of build a story based on all that. Is that something I can interact with over there? No, can't jump, so that's probably it. Alright guys, well, I believe we are out of time, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. This is Sagebrush, or Brush I should say. Brush. All the information for the game will be down below if you want to check it out for yourselves. Definitely do encourage you to do so. Is that... what the hell is this? Okay, you're gonna tell me there's nothing going wrong with this cult when you were apparently locking somebody behind some chains? Whose thing is this? It's not Viola's. Brother Peyton? Brother Peyton wanted to escape and they locked him in there or something, or what? Dude, I gotta get this guy's key. Brother Christopher. If you'd like to see a bit more, let me know. I'm not sure if this is something that people would enjoy watching as more as just playing themselves, but if you want to see some more, do let me know. We'll definitely check out more of it. Otherwise, all the information will be down below. I will catch you next time.